Okay, now that we've done some endings, I think we can do probably a little bit more. Um, Bring mushrooms. So we actually only have a little bit left to do. We have to steal this. Find the data, but sitting right beside you is a cache of cryo. You take both. Too easy. Alright. Well, we stole it. Caster. When you arrive at Lemon Mina's unit, Castor's already waiting outside, leaning beside the door. Forgive me, sleeper, but Celis is already buzzing with news of the breach. I was expecting you. Will this work? Don't worry. The breach cannot be traced to specific IDs I'm about to create. Castor reaches into a pocket and produces a sleek green and white hand terminal. The data, please. What is that? Something I acquired from Celis while you were busy on that ship. Castor pushes up his glasses. I haven't been waiting for you this entire time. I haven't been waiting for you the entire time. You hand over a drive with the data and Castor fishes around for a converter cable to hook it up. He slots it into the terminal and after some whirring, a set of two transparent films marked with numeric sequences are produced. 2 tickets to an uncertain future, Castor smiles to himself. The child will go with Lem, of course. He pockets them. These are yours. But first, he holds out a white cube. Your side of the deal. What is it? Something to help us make use of you. He passes you the square and you rest it on your palm. A small, white, perfect cube. Suddenly you feel a sharp pain and flinch. The cube jumps from your hand and rattles along the walkway. You look at Castor apologetically. Castor smiles. Not to worry. It has done its job. Now it is for you to do yours. You look down and see a tiny pinprick in the center of your palm. Nothing sinister. Castor puts the terminal away. This way we can keep track of you in the side real horizon. Whatever you need to do. Excellent. Castor hands you the transparent films, and you see shimmering portraits of you and Lem flickering beneath the surface. Go. Give them the good news, and he reaches across and buzzes the unit. Lem slides open the door, half dressed in gear. Sleeper, what brings you up here? Come in. He beckons you inside. You look inside, expecting to see Castor, but the wall is empty. The unit is cleaner, better organized than last time. Lem sits at the thin bar and gestures for you to sit. Mina's with some of the local kids. Someone has started doing lessons down the way. She seems to like it. Sit. You sit at the bar. What's up, sleeper? I have some news. Out with it then. I have Celis IDs for us. You have. Lem freezes. How? He blinks rapidly, as if to wipe you from his vision. Does that mean we are leaving? Lem stands up and paces around the unit. We have to pack. He starts laughing. Holy shit, we have to pack. He turns back to you smiling. How the hell did you swing this, Sweeper? Made a deal. What a deal. Color me impressed. You showed him the ID films and he whistles at the portraits. Impressive stuff. He pats you on the shoulder. You should stay until Mina gets home. We can tell her together. Sure. The buzzer goes. That'll be her. Lem gets up and opens the door. Mina, a bundle of energy and life, rushes into the room. Robot, she shouts. Lem picks her up. Mina, you won't believe what they brought us. You flash her the passes and she looks confused. We're going away after all, Meanie. He lifts her up above her head on that big, beautiful ship. Mina screams and Lem laughs. He puts Mina down and runs over to you and hugs your legs. I love you, Robot, she says quietly, so only you can hear. I love you too. And a while later, after you leave, you don't even think to check for Castor by the door until it's too late. You stop and turn, halfway down the walkway, but there's nothing there. Even that little white cube is gone. So you keep walking, down through the low end, deep in thought, excited and scared all at once. Well, Jesus. Ascend to the top of the hub? It's gonna depart in a few days. Descendicar. Let's cross. And let's give them the fucking Roll caps. There you go. Yeah, you want some supplies? Here you go. Episode Flux. Let's go. This is Episode Flux. You came. Peak smiles as you came into the climbing Briar's cargo hold behind a gloomy Esh. They brought mushrooms. Esh tosses the mushroom caps onto a crate, raising her eyebrows at Peak. Peak gives her a look. Thank you, Sleeper. They pick one up and sniff at it. Are these edible? Try it. Peak squints at you and the mushroom before delicately putting it back down. I'll wait. I'm not so used to fresh produce. Esh is securing crates as she speaks and doesn't look up. Hawthorne doesn't have much in the way of farming. Hawthorne? The installation we grew up on. Esh wipes off her hands on a rag. XPR loves to name their property after natural things, but that's about as far as their relationship with plant life goes. XPR? Is this an interrogation? She glares. Either way, we're done with that place, which is all you need to know. Ash leans back against the crate she was securing. We're gonna need more than a few mushrooms if we want to help those refugees. Why are they trapped? You tell me. It's your station administration that set up the cordon. Peak gives Ash a look. Sorry, she looks at Peak. I know this isn't on you. Ash stands and walks over to the mushrooms you brought, placing them into a small container with care. The problem isn't just getting supplies, it's getting them through to the ships. Can't you just fly around? And get the Briar seized for breaching quarantine? No thanks, she laughs. We were lucky we got here before the cordon was set up. That's the only reason we are on this side. Why is there a quarantine? Peak jumps in. DI has a closed-loop life support system, just like any orbital installation. Any unfamiliar illness or significantly increased strain on life support could cause a cascading collapse in its systems. Ash scoffs. Are we making excuses for these bureaucrats now? Peak turns. We are being realistic, Ash. But these people aren't an increased strain. They're living people. Ash stares at you. Even calling them refugees is just a way of turning a lot of scared, desperate people into a single monolithic group. Ash slides the container full of mushrooms into one of the cargo hold's racks. Look, as much as I like to chat, we still got a lot of space to fill in this hold. So if you're gonna help, I think Ash is trying to say, we need your help, and quickly, Peak says, glancing at her. The refugees behind the cordon. They won't be able to hold out indefinitely. We need to get supplies to them in the next 12 cycles, or... Ash steps forward. Or Havenage will have to bear the responsibility for what happens next. What can I do? There's 3 things we need to secure. Water, food, and scrap components for ship repairs. Oh, we got that. Ash gestures the storage containers around the hold. Water we can find a way to source, or my preference, just siphon off from the underground reservoirs in the Greenway. Peak raises their eyebrow. Ash. She ignores them. For food, things can be tricky. Those mushrooms are delicious, I'm sure, but no way we can get enough volume to feed the flotilla. However, I saw an algae stack on the way here. Over. If we can get access. Not more stealing, Ash. Peak sighs. I didn't say steal. She stares at them indignantly. If we can get access, we can work the stack. Harvest some algae for the flotilla. Those stacks churn out vast quantities in short time scales. And the repair components? Peak asks, tentatively. Ash smiles. Just look around you, Peak. This whole place is made of scrap. She shoots you a glance. I'm sure the Sleeper has their sources. They can bring them right here. We get everything before time runs out? Perfect. We get most of it? Also good. Either way, in 12 cycles I'm going to take what we have and go. But how will we get through? Ash shoulders the container. I thought I'd leave that up to you, Peak. They flinch. Are you serious? Ash. I know we said we would help the flotilla, but at what point? They stop. Take a breath. Take this seriously, Ash. I don't know the first thing about breaching a quarantine cordon. Maybe not, Ash looks at you, but they might. They slipped out from an SNR facility, didn't they? Plus they've been here longer than us. You were always trying to get me to find help. Well, here it is, she gestures at you. Help. Peak glances between the two of you. I swear to... They sigh. I need to think this one through. Meet me at the cordon in a couple cycles, Sleeper. Maybe we can figure something out. Meanwhile, Ash meets your eye. You can help me acquire the supplies. Discreetly. She smiles. We have to keep this quiet. Keep Heavenage out of the loop. Once they get suspicious, this is all over for us. This is over for all of us, I should say. This all suddenly seems a little too real, too dangerous. You've only just found your feet on the eye. This is no time to be causing trouble. No, we actually we have our feet. Come find us. We'll be out there trying to pull this all together. Ash goes to the back of the hold to start packing another container. Peek, come help me. Peek glances back at her. Sleeper, look. We didn't choose to see them. They lower their voice. Help us finish this. We set up a base camp on the broken spoke. We are welcome to rest there in any of the cots while we work on this. They smile. We are in this together. Peek! Ash shouts, and they walk back into the hold to help with the container. As you leave the climbing briar, you look out at the broken edge of the eye's ring, where Havenage's cordon blinks with tiny red lights. What are you getting yourself into? A base camp, huh? Okay. Oh, I need 8 scraps? Fuck. I need 8 scraps? Are you fucking kidding me? Okay. Wow. Algae stack. Fucking another 2? Are you kidding me? Alright. Hey, look at that. We're starting to get some water. We can actually sleep at the commune. Here. Take one of those. Then cycle. Alright, algae stack. Let's get this bread. Then potentially get it with this. Ah, one off. There we go. One's done. Ooh, got a little alerted. A little alerted. Algae growth. Oh shit, we need to eat. Sleeper, long time. Moritz is smiling at you when you leave. Clearly happy to see you again. Moritz, good to see you. Same. He rubs his hands on his jacket. How you been? Working hard. I bet, he grins. Well, you're always welcome to hang at the bay if you want. He glances around. Actually, that's what I'm here about. I know Bliss said she didn't want to take any more big jobs, but she changed her mind or something. Because now we have someone looking for a refit of their ship in our bay. You would not believe it. They want their entire ship disarmed. Cutting out defense arrays, weapon lockers, ship-to-ship countermeasures, the whole lot. Listen, we'll be able to get to start on an arms dealership with all the hardware we'll have to have up there when we're done. He laughs. Anyway, it's a massive job and we need some hands. Bliss said to go get you. So come on up. Bliss is waiting on you to accept the job. He pauses. It'll be good to have you up there again. He grins, like old times. Okay, well, I'm just gonna wait your fucking time, man. gotta go get some fucking food in my belly. Need to buy scrap. Need some more scrap. There we go. Grab that, put that in my belly. Timber tea house. Alright, so now we can give them. Oh, wait, hold on. One of the three things. Let's give them this shit. Hey. That's it. Enough to cover the basic repairs, you hope. You look over the pile of scrap components lying in the briar. You look around. The bay is empty. Ash and Peak either elsewhere on their station or on the bridge a couple of levels up. You begin sorting through the pile, separating out useful components and boxing them by use. You don't recognize everything you find, but before long you get into the rhythm of sorting. As you do, your mind starts to drift, your attention being drawn into the dark corners of the bay. The briar is in surprisingly good condition considering what Hawthorne and XBR must have been operating it for decades by now. Marks of care everywhere. The marks of care are everywhere, from the delicate patch jobs polished to meld into the original finish, or the carefully bound wiring running through the custom trunking. Ash loves his ship, that much is clear. Something catches your eye in one of the dark corners. A matte black stack of crates you hadn't spotted before. They are sleek and compact, tucked away behind some of the bigger, more worn containers. Let's investigate. You put the components away and go over to the sleek crates. You run your hands across the textured surface, but there's a hint of what lies inside in the opaque metal casing. Then you see it, a yellow symbol. Embossed onto the far side of the crate, the universal sigil used by spacers, corporations, and manufacturers alike. It's one you have seen throughout your time as a sleeper. Its meaning all too familiar. Explosive contents. You hear a hiss and Esh comes up through the bay's dock. She barely registers your presence, nodding at you as she passes. Sleeper. She busies herself with some tasks at the back of the bay. Ask about the crate. We gotta ask her. Ash doesn't turn around from whatever she was busy with. Just more supplies, Sleeper, like everything else here. You can't think of anything else to ask, but sense that the atmosphere is now somehow shifted. You quickly finish up the sorting and slip out, waving goodbye to her back as you do. Well, this is throwing a wrench into some things. I don't think... I don't like this. Let's, continue on with this. Do some engineering. Reroll. Engineering. Oh, what the fuck? There was only one. Come on. It alerted him? Oh my god. Right, let's, instead of potentially alerting them again, let's there we go. There we go. Complete all active scenes. Okay. First, let's go get a hamburger. Let's go talk to Bliss. When you're at the bay, it is weirdly quiet. Morris must be on some errand. Maybe Bliss is preparing the kit? Sleeper. Ankita is drifting to one side of the bay. You missed her completely when you came in. Oh shit. Ankita. Thought I was done with her. The idea of not seeing Ankita when you enter a room would seem unlikely to you several cycles ago, but seeing her without her armor, she seems smaller, less imposing. Ankita. She nods and clicks off the wall, drifting closer. So what is this, she asks. Come to avenge Ashton or a sleeper? We're just looking for another payout. Her anger is familiar, but quieter than before. Strange. I don't want to fight. Why are you here? She looks away. You can tell her anger isn't directed at you in particular. It radiates off her like fire. You better be ready to sign, comes a shout from the bay entrance. Because I've got my best... Oh shit, that's the person who wants to get rid of her weapons. Because I've got my best repair tech coming up here especially, and they are going to... Bliss glides in and suddenly stops herself when she sees you and Ankita standing off. Oh, Sleeper. You're already here. Miss Cassetta? This is the tech I was telling you about. Best on the... She stops, looking between the two of you. Wait, do you two know each other? You and Ankita look at each other. We work together. Bliss squints at you both before continuing. Bliss produces a slate. Now, Miss Cassetta, if you'd like to sign our damage waiver here, we can start on the decommissioning. She looks at you. My tech here is eager to get started, as am I. Ankita scrawls her signature across the slate. Thank you. Bliss pauses. And everything is okay with the special payment terms we discussed? She gives Ankita a strange smile. All fine, says Ankita, giving you another hard look. Then she kicks off and drifts to the entrance. I'll be in the gimbal, she says, and leaves. Special payment terms? She looks over her glasses to you. Look, Sleeper, there's something I have to tell you. She glances around again. What is she so nervous about? This isn't exactly a typical job. Miss Cassetta, Ankita, she gives you a knowing look, doesn't have the chance to pay us. So we made a special agreement, she sighs. I'm leaving. Leaving? Keep it down. I haven't told Moritz left. Yet. He meant to say yet. She looks down. Just waiting to break it to him. Don't you tell him either. She stares hard at you. I'll tell him when I'm ready. And I don't want him getting worried about Ankita's history. He can be very protective. You should tell him. Look, all I care about is she's headed for the Star Wars belt. She looks out at the bay. That's where I'm headed. She turns back to face you. Also, I wanted to ask if you'd like to come with us. You can't. She interrupts before you answer. I know things have been hard for you on the Eye, and you helped me so much. I asked Ankita if you'd carry two of us, and she said yes. Moritz will take over the bay anyway. Although if you stay, you are welcome to help him run it. I just thought, she sighs, you might be in need of a fresh start as much as I am. She turns away nervously. Think about it anyway. The berth is there. We've got to finish the job first anyway. And with that, she kicks away and heads to the racks before you can offer an answer. Moments later, Moritz enters with a new cutting torch for the disarming of the ambergris, the Star Wars belt. You push your thoughts to the back of your mind. Time to get to work. So, how much work is that? Oh, it is a good amount of work. It is a good amount of work. So, let's go this way. How many upgrades do I have? Is there anything that's even worth it? These two are not worth it. I should save it for the next one. Complete active scene. What other active scenes are there? Oh. Peak. Sleeper. Peak catches your attention from the shadowy corner they were leaning against. Any trouble getting up here? This place is huge. It certainly is. Havenage have been busy. Come, take a look at this. They beckon you over to the nearby window which looks across the ruined ring to the blinking red lights of the Havenage cordon. The cordon's temporary structures, a net of metal struts meant to detect and dissuade any ships from entering or leaving the flotilla, jut out from the back, and all along the tug's flits, securing them in place intending to be red blinking drones that demark the quarantine. It's an impressive and worrying sight. What do you think? Peek interrupts your thoughts. How would you get through? Use one of the tugs? As an escort, you mean? I doubt we could fit all the supplies on one of those tugs. But if it seemed like the Briar was being officially escorted through the cordon, Peek squints at the red light, but then we'd be stuck inside. Peek turns away from the window and rubs their forehead. Ash has really wrapped us up in something here, hasn't she? The question is spoken under their breath, and they don't seem to expect an answer. The silence grows. Why are you helping the flotilla? Peek looks up. You don't think it's a worthy cause? They pause. We ran into them when we escaped Hawthorne. Ash insisted we investigate their distress signal. I'm not saying we shouldn't have. Peek stares out the window at the distant blinking lights of the arrived ships. It's just... Peek brushes back their hair. Forget it. Let's focus on the plan. They flash you an easy smile. It doesn't matter why. We're the ones who are going to help them. The way I see it, there are 3 parts to making it through the cordon. They gesture out the window at the strange structure. Deception, distraction, and speed. We'll need all of them for a clean passage through. Deception means tricking the cordon security into thinking that we are meant to be there. Maybe a tug escort would work? Anything that makes the Briar look official. Distraction, meanwhile, will be all about diverting attention so that no one looks too hard at what the Briar is doing. If we can create a gap in the cordon scanning and deterrence systems, that should keep them busy. Finally, speed will mean making sure the Briar is ready to roll. Perhaps we can do a little work on the ship to get her ready. Ash surely wouldn't mind. They lean back from the window. How does that sound? Sounds good. Good to hear, Peek grins. Peek looks at their slate. 10 cycles left. They glance out at the window at the cordon nervously. 10 cycles to gather supplies and to prep the plan. It's tight. Very tight. Peek looks at you. If this goes wrong, Peek sighs, just get out, okay? You squeeze your shoulder. I'll follow Ash anywhere. But you don't need to get dragged down with us. It won't come to that. Peek brightens up a little. Of course, but just keep it in mind. Let's get to it, Peek stretches. I'll tell Ash about the improvements to the Briar. The rest, let's explore the cordon as best we can and look for openings. Peek smiles. I have no idea what the guardian angel has sent you to us. Sleeper Peek smiles, but I'm very glad they did. Ooh. So I have to do that as well. Okay. Let's sleep now. Sleep time. Okay, now we should definitely do this. Let's grab food for the flotilla. Let's siphon some water. Hey, look at that. All done getting the water. All done with the Wawas. Tucked into a service corridor deep below the reservoir, Ash is double-checking the seals and the water tanks loaded onto the motorized trolley. Though you're far enough away from any thoroughfares not to worry about being overheard, you both still speak in hushed tones. How will you get these to the Briar? Ash glances back at you. We'll trolley these up to a bay further along, and then we'll bring in the Briar for a quick and quiet collection. Speaking of quiet, she gives you a look and then looks pointedly back down the corridor towards the reservoir before hitting the ignition of the trolley to start it moving. You take the other side of the trolley and walk it up the wide service corridor, with its flickering lights and solemn detritus. You doubt it gets used by Havenage, at least that's the hope. You glance across at Ash, her face a mask of determination as she guides the trolley along. Maybe some conversation will make this journey a little easier. How did you meet Peek? Ash pauses, a little surprised by your question. She glances back down the tunnel, but at this deserted passage she can hardly keep up the pretense of silence. We grew up together, she answers quickly, and turns back to the trolley, but she can tell you are expecting her to add more. She seems to gather herself for an answer, not wanting to ignore you. trying instead to get her answer straight in her head. Our outpost, Hawthorne, is not an easy place to grow up. The administrators keep a tight hold of everything. She rolls her eyes. Even though they are trapped in the same decaying installation as everyone else. Peak, she pauses. Peak found it harder than most. She pauses again, judging her words. I stepped in to help them out. Silence descends again, but you can feel the wheels turning in Esh's mind as the creaking wheels of the trolley take you along the corridor. Peak isn't the most practical of people. They used to be, well, they needed someone to teach them to look after themselves, stand up for themselves. That was me, she smiles. After that, I couldn't get rid of them. Ash stops talking, but you see her eyes have lit up, and you imagine she is recalling some moment or other from her and Peak's past. You both reach a wide bulkhead door and have to stop to shimmy the trolley over the edge. When you're done, Ash turns to you. I'm good from here. Head back. And with that, she's gone, moving off the dark tunnel ahead. You watch her go and then turn around and walk the distance back to the staircase you entered from, the tunnel humming around you as you do. And as you walk, you try to piece together Esh's past, but all you have are glimpses of a person she once was. She seems to prefer it that way. Cool. It was a waste. That sucks. Across the rim. Let's feed that dumb cat again. She crunches up crackers. Sometimes I'll let you stroke them, sometimes not. Cool. Let's eat. And now, here, let's actually go to bed. Let's go back over here, cross the gap, mind the gap. Here, let's try this one. Yeah. We got this. Some intel. Damn it, twos? Really gonna give me twos out of that? Okay. And the other two will go to... Well, we don't actually even need to do that. We just need to spend that on, Here, we have active scenes. What? Oh, is this for the rim? Oh shit, Tala. Hi, Tala. Tala comes to you one shift when the bar is empty, tapping you on the shoulder as you clean the bar. It's ready, she's grinning from ear to ear. Think a roll? Obviously, she grabs you by the arm before you can ask anything else and drags you to the back room. The smell hits you immediately when you enter, a cocktail of rich fermentation and chemical sharpness. The room is warm and bright now, the newly installed lights making the place look clean, whether it is or not. Tala's already pulled up a couple stools around a metal crate, where two glasses with a few fingers of pale Garol inside sit waiting. She smiles. I haven't even tried it yet. You can see she's nervous. You both sit at the makeshift table, a slight strangeness in the situation making you both jumpy. Tala hands you a glass. Cheers, she says solemnly, and knocks the glass back. You do the same. The first sensation is burning. a sharp, nose-clearing blast of alcohol that has your frame querying whether you would like to activate safety mode. You gulp the drink back, and it is only then, behind the burn, you taste the earthy tones of the mushrooms, the wood and the soil, left behind like sediment, barely there. That's strong. Tella nods vigorously. Woof, that was heavy. Maybe needs diluting? Tella swills the Girol in her glass. That might work. Open it up a bit. Tella grabs a metal bottle from a newly installed work surface and adds a few drops of water to the Girol. Try again. This time the burn is as warm and glow, harsh but fading off, and the woodiness less heavy. You taste something floral and among the marshy decay, something fresh and bright that you never expected to find. Both you and Tella meet eyes. It's really good, right? It is. Tella grins with her whole face, and that makes you smile too. Tella pours out some more Girol, and then adds some more water. The action's already taking on the quality of the warm ritual. You both drink. Tella tucks her feet up beneath her own on the stool, holding her legs. She looks down into the glass and she swirls the liquid thoroughly. What's on your mind? Tella looks up, and nothing in particular. My father opened this place, you know, she says, out of nowhere, the thought suddenly becoming words. This is an attempt at making a life for us, for my family, when we got to the Eye. Your family? My father, my mother, my little brother. She takes a drink. They aren't around now. Sorry. That's okay. My parents had long lives, and my brother is somewhere in the Starward Belt. Ran off with the salvage crew. She puts her glass down. He's alive as far as I know. I was just thinking about something my father told me. When he first set this place up, he wanted to call it the Bantan Yan, but he was afraid it'd scare off customers, so we kind of translated it, hence the Overlook. In these past few cycles, when I've been in here, I've been thinking that I should rename the place. She looks at you. The Bantan Yan. What do you think? I love it. She looks away. Me too. Tella picks up her glass. That settles it then. To the Bantan Yan. You both clink your glasses and drink up. Tella hisses through her teeth. Still harsh. She laughs, then suddenly grabs your shoulder. Oh, sleeper, I totally forgot. She stumbles to her feet. She lurches over to a corner of the room covered with a plastic sheet and wipes it off, like a magician performing a trick. Beneath it is a neat little kitchen, a sink, a work surface, and a compact oven with a knob. Your kitchen! She doesn't give you time to respond. You can come make stuff here anytime, as long as you promise not to raid the mushroom farm. I need those for Girol. I was thinking too that if things pick up, we can start serving proper food at the Bantan Yan. She laughs. Do you like it? It's perfect. Tella gives you a hug, and quickly stands back. I'm sorry, I'm so glad you're here, she grins. Me too. As Tella tidies away the glasses, you inspect the kitchen, checking that it's all works. It's small and salvaged, but after what you've had to put up with, it feels like a dream come true. Later, when she's done for the day, Tella comes back to the bar, and you share a glass of the good Girol, the one she didn't distill. And this time, you talk about nothing in particular, sharing stories about regulars or discussing the best place to eat on the Eye, which after everything that has happened, feels like a nice change of pace. When it comes time to leave, you promise to cook for Talla, and agree to let her know what shifts you'll be working in the coming cycles, and then slip out into the cool of the rotunda. And at this moment you feel, at once, at home. We did it. Matsutake caps. Okay. Let's upgrade that. Yeah. I don't know, we can just gamble. God damn it. I got no luck, but it's all good. We'll continue on next time.